The Hoosiers ready to kick it away first. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
The offense changing the play. Bryce Underwood from the gun on third down. Tight coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a fourth down.
The hardest thing to do in football is to play on the road. So you want to get those fans as quiet as possible. That is a great opening possession for this defense. Not giving up any big plays and forcing the fourth down.
Gets his first one of the day away. Might be a little stiff. They only used him twice in that loss a week ago. Going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Looking for a crease. It's Richard. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Let's step back here and look at the big picture for Indiana. By the end of the day, one of these two teams will control their conference destiny the rest of the way. Potential bye in the college football playoff on the line. This game critical at this point in the season for both teams.
And so much talent in this game, too. Outstanding coaching staffs, NFL talent on both teams going into this.
Makes the grab in their space. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32. And the Hoosiers peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Running inside, it's Richard. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And here's what you know about Indiana football. They're going to be physical. They're going to be so well coached and disciplined, and they're going to run the football. It was the key ingredient to helping Fernando Mendoza win a Heisman. Like, the ability to RPO off of it. So, Palmer, I don't know who the names are going to be throughout the season, but I know they're going to run downhill, no nonsense, and they'll have a guy that they'll hitch their wagon to.
Yeah, everybody talking about losing Mendoza, but Black and Henby were a big part of that thing, too. I think the offensive line, though, was key to it all. Anytime you have two 1,000-yard rushers, it's because the guys up front are pushing people around, and that was the secret sauce to Indiana's Cinderella run a year ago. So up front, these guys have to continue to dominate. They'll reload the backfield through the portal, through recruiting, but it all starts and stops with the big fellas pushing people around. That's going to be the key for them on defense.
Back to pass, it's Hoover. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. Brought down at the 10-yard line, and a nifty pickup after the grab on that one.
Really nice job there of the quarterback reading coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football and at what exact time. The timing could not have been better. They get the completion on third down, setting up first and goal.
He's going for the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Hoosiers. setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the capper on that drive, the 10-yard touchdown run. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Wolverines offense heads out ready to go on the attack. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Rush is on him. Wide open downfield. They finally get to him. The what a play there to pick up the first down.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Bringing the heat. Trying to get away. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run.
I think he did a really good job, first of all, keeping his eyes downfield. You could see he wanted to throw the football. But when it's not there, don't force it. Tuck it down, get some positive yards.
The Wolverines in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Looking for room. It's Marshall. Here's a little room there. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
I love this guy because he brings a physicality to this Michigan offense. Bo Schembechler would have loved this guy. He would have loved to jog a few extra tight ends on the field, get the QB under center, student body right, and give this guy the football. He would have fit in perfectly with his running style. Man, he is hard to bring down.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Might as well stick with him. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
Well, the offense didn't have the result they wanted on that first drive, having to punt, but they're having a lot more success here in the second drive. They're having some balance, and they're getting a rhythm. I think a big part of that is their ability to run the football. Very, very important to them, and doing a nice job on that last play, picking up the first down.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
You get the completion, and now you set up a manageable third down situation in the red zone. This is a huge down in distance in this game.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Motion from the back. Underwood in the gun on third down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. Fourth down, baby.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Scanning the field, it's Hoover. Here's the pressure. And not much going on downfield. You just get rid of it and live to play another down.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Second down, they'll go to the air. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell it extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoked the fear of God into this defense because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. They'll get this drive started from the 29. Looking for room. It's Marshall. He's got a yard out to the 30-yard line.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. We reach the end of the period. It's Indiana on top as we get a look at the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. Underwood. They're working that left side. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. They're not just using the running back as check down Charlie in the passing game. They're getting him downfield.
Well, and take my matchups I like. If you're going to play man-to-man, who are you going to put on the running back? You want to put a linebacker on him? I like my chances, even with safeties. Those guys, listen, they aren't as great as corners in covering, so I like finding stop. So many weapons, so much speed, and then your quarterback is going to go 50-plus. Defensive coordinators, that's why nobody wants to play defense anymore or coach defense. You want to be on the offensive side of football because otherwise you got to defend weapons like these. They're just weapons of mass destruction.
And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the scoring play came on a 61-yard touchdown run. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their... Turning it on! Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, More big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
Makes a catch. At midfield, he's got room. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
And that's why, if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Big noise in the big house for this huge third down play. To the air, it's Hoover. Stepping to the right. He slides and gets the first down. What a weapon to have a guy who can move the chains for you by any means necessary. The Hoosiers have it with a 1st and 10. Looking for a gap. It's Beebe. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
And this defense, man, they've got to find some answers. They've been less physical than the offense. They've owned the line of scrimmage. They're running the football, putting a drive together. All right, now in the red zone, field shrinking. How do they handle this situation? Bring more bodies, be more physical, be more aggressive.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Touchdown, Indiana! And they take it in for 6 more points. A methodical drive, soul-crushing, spirit-breaking, and it ends in a touchdown.
And listen, I know everybody wants the big plays, the big, long touchdowns and all that stuff, but putting a drive together like that is very difficult to do time and time again, and it's demoralizing for the defense. Great drive by the offense.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
And the Wolverines with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. On the move, it's Marshall. There's a crease. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. Inside the big house, they have those big condominiums down there on the field paving the way for the running backs.
Big, huge condominiums, and every year it's a little bit different of how they wear their uniforms and how they fit their uniforms. But the style, always the same. Line up, hit you right in the mouth. That's who Michigan is.
The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. They'll give it to him again. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Gets it to the back. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many ways to use them. But exactly, get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision.
The Wolverines will have it 1st and 10.
Ready? Blue 22. Hey, kill it, kill it. 214 close. 214 close. Shit.
Looking for a man. It's Underwood. Sets up the screen. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush, hit them with the screen, and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw it right back.
Maybe some room here. Got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And this is a really good job of getting on the perimeter so quickly. When you run these tosses, you get away from the big boys. And when you got speed in the backfield, let them do the rest, right? Flip it to them, let them get outside, let them run the football, make a big gain. When you got speed at the running back spot, you definitely want to toss it to him and get him on the perimeter.
And the Wolverines pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Direct snap. He gives him a fresh set of downs, and this one will be 1st and goal from the 6. Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And guys, how much better does it feel if you go to that locker room with a lead? They have a chance to do it here. He wants to change this route. With the run on 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Michigan wants to stop the clock. They'll use a timeout. It's their second. and they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. They give him the rock again on 2nd and goal. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
Coaches talk all the time about finishing halves. Man, that is perfect execution down the stretch. Take the lead, take most of the clock, and you get the ball coming out. Way to close this first half. Great execution.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. One more snap coming before juice boxes and orange slices. To the air, it's Hoover. Got a man, it's shot. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. In our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Guys, welcome into the epicenter of the college football world, our Orlando EA Sports Studios, and a great Week 8. Let's start with Cincinnati taking on the number 3 team, the BYU Cougars. And it's the Bearcats with a statement victory here in a surprising result. Going into this game, they did not look like the better team. And this one gets them to 5 wins on the year, which isn't cause for a campus-wide celebration, but it's proof the coaching staff is getting through to this team.
Indiana comes out ready to get this drive underway. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success, and so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
Quarterback had no shot on that play. He had a defender bearing down on him. He knew he was going to get hit. I think he should have just thrown that thing out of bounds. He's lucky that wasn't picked throwing into double coverage.
More than 100,000 making their presence felt. A huge third down here in the big house. Pocket breaking down. Fires to the big fella. Oh, he's got some space. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. And the Hoosiers come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw. It's Hoover. And he dropped it. Just didn't look the thing all the way in.
You're not going to see that happen too often. The quarterback, man, he was licking his chops. He saw a big space in the middle of the field. He had his best receiver there ready to make a play, and he dropped it.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. The run inside. It's Richard. Picks up the first down. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
And that's a welcome sight for this offense, man. They really struggled to run the football in the first half. And I promise you, at halftime, in the locker room, first drive, guys, we got to come out, own the line of scrimmage, get the run game going, and that's exactly how they start this half.
Finds his man. It's Becker. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening.
Will, you're trailing into games. Someone's got to make a play. There's an accurate throw by the quarterback, and when you throw it accurately like that, you give your receiver an opportunity to advance the ball.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
There's been a little bit of a seesaw here the last 2 plays. Offense gets a chunk play, and then the defense gets a sack. Great job by the defense there, turning the page and coming up with the big one.
So now on 2nd and long, you start to think just don't fall out of field goal range. Looking to fire. Got it in the middle. It's Preston. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Got his man downfield. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer. But you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
I'll tell you, the offense might be setting up a shot down the field here. You might see them later fake the wide receiver screen and see if they can hit a tight end or another receiver running up the boundary. Keep your eye open for that.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Wilson to pass. Makes the grab. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver. And the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. On third down, he drops to throw. Makes the grab. And he won't be able to get in as the defense gets him down at the 1. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's
touchdown, Hoosiers! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, they take a 21-17 lead. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. So here comes the Michigan offense. So as soon as they step on the field here in the third quarter, they find themselves trailing, and now they'll try to answer with a score of their own. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to adjust the pattern. Throwing, Underwood. It's complete to the left. No, he got loose. He stopped right at the 50-yard line, but they'll move the chains. It's first down.
And, man, this dude has been a weapon early in this football game. They just keep finding him. And the matchups are a problem. You want to put a linebacker on him. He's too fast for him. Continues to make catches. Continues to chew up yards. You might want to think about putting a safety on him or somebody with a little bit more speed.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. Good, solid tackle.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Blasted as he lets it go. Intercepted. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. Motion. Running inside. It's Beebe. Got 6 yards on the play. 2nd and 4 coming.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains. Got
6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Looking to pass. It's Hoover. Makes him talk to the hand. Breaks a tackle, and he might go. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. The Hoosiers come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the catch. It's Richard. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
Hey, guys, this running back's not just catching checkdowns or swing routes. You can get him vertically down the field and let him go to work, especially when you get man coverage. Take advantage.
Takes the handoff. It's Richard. Powers through the defender. Across the 25 to the 24-yard line before he stopped. Pick up a 5 and a first down. And the Hoosiers look to keep this drive humming. Lost a throw on first down. Complete. There he goes. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Well, it's a great job by the quarterback there, understanding you're being blitzed. You know you're not going to be able to hold on to it very long, so find the back. Get it into his hands quickly. Let him go pick up the first.
The Hoosiers come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. They'll run it. It's Richard. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Indiana! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wide receiver comes in motion. Here's Underwood to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Catch in the middle. It's Marshall. We talk a lot about Michigan building its offense around the running game, but they've always had an effective quarterback who can make plays down the field.
And I think some people hear effective, Reese, and take that as an insult, right? Like, I don't want to hear about my quarterback being effective. I want him to be explosive. I want him to be dynamic. But Michigan doesn't really have those guys most of the time at that quarterback spot. But when they find those good ones, they have great seasons.
That's caught. It's Marshall. Across the 25, he's got room. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14. On the ground, it's Marshall. Defense makes a stand as the clock runs down to 0. Midway point in the season, in games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Underwood. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
And those are frustrating. Like, those drops really annoy you because those running backs are always asking to be more a part of the game plan. Get the ball more, touch it more. An awesome opportunity in the pass game to make a play.
Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. Takes it the other way.
We're watching this DB on film. I just love his ability to break on the ball, and I think he was anticipating on 3rd and long that time, the offense throwing it right around the sticks. So he was able to drive on the football and secure that interception.
Indiana sends the offense onto the field. And that interception might well be the nail in the coffin. Offense gets the ball back, up by 2 scores. Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up 1 to the 35.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now, if we could put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
Gets it into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 44. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. The give to the left side. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Trying to beat the D deep. He's got an open man. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Hoosiers! They are finishing the deal, building the lead here in the 4th, and they are going to go to 7-0. And now, with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the 4th. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And now, with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the 4th. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they close the deal from 43 yards out with a touchdown pass. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Might be changing the route. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Well, no mystery on that play call, right? You got the lead late in the game. You've gotten the ball back on the other side of the 50 on your opponent's side, and so you're just going to run it. And it's fine if they know that. You just want to stay on the field and bleed this clock, and you got to start thinking about where are your best run-it runs. Which side of this offense? The strongest? Which guys defensively do you want to attack so you can take as much time off the clock as possible?
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Richard. Smashes through the tackle. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
And this offense has really done a nice job on the ground. Like, the ground game has been solid, man. Nice job opening holes, running the football. They've been consistent with the run. And as this game creeps along, right, if they can continue to do this with the lead, this is going to be a game that they're going to have in hand.
What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, oh, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on. And I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Trying to get it done with the run here on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Indiana! And the stomping has commenced. They're on the board again, and it looks as if this winning streak is going to continue. And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
Here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Concentration is key. Have to know the snap count. The false start backs him up. It's 1st and 15. Throwing, Underwood. Oh, they're after him. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated the competition today. They took care of business, and they made no doubt about who's the better football team.
Fires it incomplete.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes, bring the speed on the field, and get ready to play the pass.
Underwood from the gun on 3rd down. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
At this point of the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Punt is in the air on 4th down. He'll take it on the return. He's got great speed. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. The Hoosiers offense all set and ready to crank things up. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. He'll try it again. Tough sledding there as he picks up 1 to the 29.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Bully ball on 3rd and short. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down.
Well, this offense is one of the 25 best in the nation on 3rd down. That time they try to run it. Give the defense credit. Physical at the point of attack. They're able to get the stop, now setting up for it.
Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we're looking pretty good.
Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Here's Underwood to throw. Gets it to him on the screen. Maybe a pickup of 2, and they'll stop him right there. And that takes us to the 2-minute timeout. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Dropping back, it's Underwood. Finds his tight end. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. A designed run for the quarterback.
Well, I think the offense at this point now, they're just trying to limit the damage. They want to get out of here and move on, turn the page to the next game because things just have not been going their way, throwing or running the football.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern.
Kill. 949 rock star. 949 rock star. Hey, kill it. 776 captain. 776 captain.
Movement on the offense, and they'll lose 5 yards on the penalty. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They made a little trouble for themselves with that penalty. Now 2nd and 12.
180 race car. 180 race car. Now, go.
Snagged in the middle. It's Marsh. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
And that's kind of crazy. I didn't think that would happen coming into this football game. I didn't think we'd get in the 4th quarter and just call his name. This offense, man, he is a big play, dynamic weapon. They got to continue to get him the ball more because he can make enormous plays for your offense.
Wide receiver going in motion. Underwood. Pressure coming. Couldn't hang on to that one. This defense has already picked off 3 passes, almost had the 4th. It'll be 2nd down.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very end of the football game.
Lined up in the gun on 3rd down, Underwood. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. Timeout called by the offense. We have 18 seconds left. It is plays like that that'll let you pile up some serious passing yards.
Man, what an effort. I mean, the layout to be able to catch the football, keep it off the ground. Nice job by this receiver, and that's why this quarterback's had a day. Guys making plays all over the field.
Motion from the wideout. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Quickly to the flat, the wide receiver screen. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. The Wolverines are in the hurry-up. Still firing away as they'll go down swinging. Good timing on the quick out. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.